and as I think about it, I'm probably going to have a tough time too. We have a special guest, two special guests actually, who have become the official gastro group to the Krentzman family. And Shari, thank you for giving up your Sunday for coming here. Mark Pochapin, Dr. Mark Pochapin, is from the Jay Monahan Center in New York City. And the lady to my left is here because of Dr. Mark Pochapin and the Jay Monahan Center in New York City. Dr. Pochapin is the one who addressed the pancreatic issues that my mother-in-law had 5.5 years ago. And he and Shari have become very close personal friends. And Mark has my mother-in-law on the speaking circuit, speaking about lots of different things. Most importantly, how important it is never to give up and have hope. And it's my pleasure at this point to introduce Dr. Mark Pochapin.
I'm going to take this in reverse. I'm going to talk about what we did just a few days ago and then back up a few years ago. There is a organization called GEL, G-E-L. It stands for Good Experiences Live. And they get speakers who they think are innovative, inspirational, but always about good and exciting things around the corner. The thought being that we're just overwhelmed with bad news and bad things. And so they invite an array of speakers, and this year they decided to have one specifically geared towards health. And actually through Shari and through a common patient, my name was brought to their attention as possibly one of the speakers. So when I spoke to the person running the organization, I explained to him that I believe that there's always hope, and there are examples and miracles that I see in my career. And I told him about a woman who I thought represented the essence of that. Of course, that woman, Irene Dworeck. And he said, you know, we don't usually do this, but do you think she would be willing to come, and maybe at the end of your talk we could bring her forward and have her say a few words. And I said, boy, I don't know. That's phenomenal. Let me check. And of course, initially, she thought, well, maybe I'll be too nervous. I'll just say that she stole the whole show. What the talk really was about was how in an individual's life, there's so many things that we do as physicians to somehow take away hope. We give them a time frame. You have X number of months, X number of years, or how difficult a certain diagnosis might be. But Irene is an example of not only hope, but as I titled the talk, Heroes in Hope. She was a hero in the way she dealt with this, and the fact that she could be, as I think you all know, I don't think I'm giving away any secrets. Can I say it, Irene? The diagnosis, can I say the diagnosis? Everybody know?
Tell me first what okay.
That she could be pancreatic cancer. I mean, if you want to talk about tough, difficult diagnoses to beat, and 6 years ago, when we made that diagnosis, she said to me then, which she's saying now, I want to live. It wasn't an issue. She wanted to live. She wanted to move forward, knowing it was a tough road, what she had to go through. But there was never any question in her mind that she was living a wonderful life, surrounded by people who love her, surrounded by people who respect her, and she was living an incredibly quality life and wanted to go forward. That was 6 years ago, over 6 years ago. To be at her 90th birthday now, after a diagnosis like that, and after all she's been through, to look like she does, literally the essence of what it means to be older, but to be wiser, and to be someone who is just looked at with incredible respect from everybody. As I said, a hero to everybody, including me, is an incredible thing, and an example in our field that health is really about what your life is at the time you become ill, because it's the thing we take so much for granted, and that we never look at people's age or people's, status. It really comes from inside. Are they living a quality life? Can they continue living a quality life? And even at age 84 at that time, going through major surgery and all the other medical therapy wasn't an issue for Irene. We heard before, she's a fighter, and she wanted to continue living. And what an inspiration. So I bring Irene as an example of how life is filled with hope, and that the essence of life is made up of relationships, friends and family. We have a big sign in the Monahan Center: there's nothing more important than your friends and family. That's what it says. That's something that Jay Monahan, who had died from colon cancer at age 42, sort of lived his life by. And I think Irene really is the essence of that the people in the room here, the people that mean so much, our connections, our friends and family that are so important to her and in her life daily activities and her life work. But now there's a whole nother array of people that Irene is really a hero to, and that's potential patients who may be diagnosed with a life-threatening or very serious illness. And I presented her story to the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, known as PanCAN. And they have this big political group go to Capitol Hill in the spring. And they very much want you to be a part of that, Irene, because people seeing you really gives them a sense of what it can be. And I'll tell you something else. I was very fortunate to be at this lovely wedding here between Jeff and Jess. And we had a dance, didn't we? Two of us danced together, and someone took a picture, just like Bonnie's taking right now, of the two of us dancing. And I think I'm doing a little spiral, a little swing. She's quite a dancer, as you all know. She really can move. And I'm doing one of these, and we got a picture of it. And that picture sits in my office. And every time I give a lecture about what it means to have a diagnosis like pancreatic cancer, what it means to fight it, and how much hope there can still be in this day and age, I show that picture. So when I sit down with a patient, I tell them that they have pancreatic cancer. I mean, I'm the one, usually the first one to tell them. I say, look, you don't know what the future brings, none of us do, but let me show you a picture. And I take the picture down of the two of us dancing. I say, let me see this woman here? We're celebrating her 90th birthday this year. But 6 years ago, she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, just like you. And we're dancing at her grandson's wedding. Okay? So there is hope. Don't let anybody take that away from you. And there's nothing more than a person who can embody that than Irene Dworeck. So besides all that she means to everybody in this room, she is also helping countless of people get something that I think is very short of in this day and age. And that's heroes, having people who we really look up to and say, that's a person who really is quite remarkable and special. And hope, because we only hear bad news and terrible things, but there's such wonderful, amazing things and miracles that can happen, and you represent that as well. So we're so fortunate to have you in our lives, for all the good you do for everyone on a daily basis, but also for the people who you don't even know now, you will touch and make a difference for them as well.
If anybody would like a colonoscopy before you leave.
I think we're ready for the cake. Yeah? The cake is out which way?
It's right over here.
It's on the table.
I didn't even see it before the cake gets cut up. I just need you to take a look at this cake because it also, Mom, you haven't seen it yet, I don't think either, but my daughter-in-law was instrumental in helping me sort out just exactly what this cake should look like. So please take a look at it before it gets cut up and dessert is served. Come on, you gotta